Hey friend, if you've been struggling with tight shoulders, tight pecs, tight chest, just this front little area here, let me show you a stretch that might just help you out. So, it is supine, meaning you lay on your back, and basically you're gonna take whatever you've got and lay on it. So let me show you what I mean. Bleh. So you could take a bolster, you could roll up a towel, you could take a foam roller, you could take the pillow off your bed and fold it in half. Really, it just depends on comfort level. Do you want to lay on something soft or something a little more sturdy? That's up to you, because you could also use a block, right? And so there are two ways that you can do it. One is you lay it across, and right about your nipple line is where you lay down. And so you'll get a little bit of extension in your spine, meaning a bit of a back bend, and you'll get an opening in your chest. And so when you're down here, you can also keep in mind that the legs and the bottom half really don't matter. So if I want to have one leg up and one leg down, I can do that. If I feel comfortable with both straight, I can do that. If I want to put my legs up on a chair or something, doesn't matter, right? The other thing is you could make this just a hangout and play around with where you put your arms. So I could do cactus arms. I could just keep it at my side. I could go overhead. I could go at a Y angle. Knowing that where you put your arms, you'll feel a stretch kind of in a different part of the front of your shoulder. None of that is wrong, just depends on what you're working on. You can also make it a fluid thing if you'd like. You know, maybe you want to reach and breathe. Maybe you want to reach and breathe into the cactus arm and then call it a day. Up to you. So that's how it would look with something across. Or you could do something in line with your spine, and that would look a little different. Sort of at the base of my spine. If I'm using something bigger like a foam roller, then keep in mind you might have to do a little awkward shuffle. I'm using a small bolster. It's not that serious. And you have to play around with, this actually isn't long enough for me because now I can't really support my head. It's okay. But it would be great if it was actually the length of my spine. But this is okay. Now I might have a different sensation because now I get to fall over the sides of the bolster or the block or the pillow or the rolled up towel, whatever you're using, and go and feel a different sensation. Again, you can make it dynamic, right? Maybe you want to swim the arms while you're here. Maybe you want to actively push your chest towards the ceiling and pull your shoulders down towards the floor. You can make it active, or you could just hang out. You can hang out for a minute, 3 minutes, 5, whatever feels good. So keep it in mind, if you are on something that is taller with this version, there's going to be a bit of a balancing act, right? Versus the across version, because you'll have more of your body in contact with the floor or the bed or whatever you're doing this on. Okay, cool. And one small detail, if you're using something that has multiple heights, like a yoga block, you can always start at the lowest and work your way up, right? That's 3 different heights and sizes that I could use. That's 3 different feelings that I'm gonna get. So the first height versus the second height versus the third height. Now you see, the higher that I get on the version where I'm cutting across myself, the more I'll come up kind of into sitting. So that might be uncomfortable, that's okay. The other thing is, if you feel like you do like that big stretch feeling, but your arms just, your head is like, oh, what is this? Get a pillow or something and give yourself some support. You don't have to just hang out in the air if you don't want to, right? I could do that and that feels kind of better. I like that. And those are some tips and tricks to get into a pec stretch while laying on your back, using a pillow or a bolster, a rolled up towel or foam roller, whatever you've got on hand. If you have any questions down below, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.